Hey everybody, I'm APH. Welcome back to Timberborn. Now, to get you caught up on the last episode, we started our actual working up as we went forward. And between episodes, I went ahead and built the next round of houses and the next couple rounds of storage. Now, this round right here is not actually connected. And ooh, this one is not configured. Let's go ahead and configure that. I believe it was, yeah, grilled potatoes. As we're continuing our way up, we are going to... Every level is going to be for something specific. Like this level is for just carrots. The level down, I believe, is also for carrots. So we're going to have 2 levels of carrots, a level of potatoes, probably a level of bread, and then on top we're probably going to have planks and gears. So that kind of gets us to where that is. You're going to see that there's a pathway coming over here. And that pathway is pretty important as it's going to lead to this area where we're going to make our wheat farm. Now we do have a drought coming up, and in order to accommodate for that drought, I really want water closer to the water source. So we're going to bump up to 24-hour days. I know I'm a monster, but our motto is work, 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 and we do need to get some things done. So we're going to place a platform right there. We're going to go ahead and prioritize it all the way to the top. And we're going to unlock the actual large water tank. And I have to say, I really like the way that kind of looks. It kind of looks like, you know, the water tank is part of the actual farm. I think that really drives and looks good that way. Now for this area, kind of hinted that we were going to place some actual industrial log piles there. Let's go ahead and plop that down. And let's go ahead and speed up time. And what we're going to do is... these crops right here, they need to go. Because I want another set of lumber mills in here. Because at the moment we have 4 unemployed beavers. And, well, we could use the actual lumber. It's one of the things that we're missing the most. Now, gears. I was planning on emptying this small warehouse completely. And I still have it marked as empty. And we're going to keep carrots marked as off. But we're going to go ahead and allow gears to be here for the time being. Until such a time that we are able... to have gears where they belong. Now, taking a look over here, let's go ahead and mark these trees to be cleared. And we're going to go ahead and place a lumber mill over here. Now, the first lumber mill will probably just kind of fit wherever, if I can actually place one over here. I don't really want to place it... well, alright, we'll place it there. I was hoping that we wouldn't have to place it there. I was hoping we'd be able to place it this way, but that's okay. And now the blueberries have came together, and a lot of things are just completely desolate now as the droughts are getting longer and longer and longer. It's actually becoming increasingly difficult as, so far, I have resisted the urge to place a Beaver dam in other than, you know, just kind of... yeah, I've completely resisted the urge to place in a Beaver dam. Now, I do plan on placing a spot over here at some point in time during this episode for water to keep this area actually fertile. Just because I think it's going to take a couple of episodes to get over to dynamite. So let's go ahead and clear out this right here. That can kind of slow do this thing and clear out because I will want the water dump and we'll want to place a water dump there. Just to keep this looking good during the time of the actual drought. Oh man, the beavers, they are tired. But that's to be expected, and that's really okay, because we have to get some things done. And we're not going to beat the drought, apparently. I was really hoping that we would kind of get that done before that. This pathway is still just a rocking away. Now, have I placed our next level up? Alright, so I've placed up 2. Let's go ahead and kind of draft these in the way that I want them. And get our roads kind of pathed in. We don't want to connect this way as I don't want the storage to be... I don't want it to build and have the storage be filled with things that I don't want. And that's so I always recommend building your storage before actually building your roads and connecting them. But we do want 2 more storage in there. And we're almost to the height that we want it. Now I know on one side I want a builder and I want a hauling hut. On the other side, I think I want monuments, and I'm not ready to unlock them yet. And I kind of have some plans for that, and that's actually going to I'm thinking for inventors, that is, not for monuments. Inventors, I think we should place a spot right here. Let's go ahead and delete that out. Where kind of over the water, we place our inventors in the future. So probably something like this. This is something that is going to be kind of a low priority, so when it finishes, it finishes. But what this will do is it will allow us to place a road this way. Now these I actually want to finish quick because we're going to use a path down here to go get metal eventually. But right here, said it can be a low priority, but I want to move the two inventors from over where we have them to over here, kind of on top of this water. I think that would just be a kind of good spot for them going forward. As we get ready to move, I'll probably extend that road out. Because I've got to think that, not in this episode, but probably the next episode, we're going to move up to here. At least not move our colony, but actually put a district up there. Guess I wanted to make sure we were clarified on what I was thinking there. Let's go ahead and place our next lumberjack here. And as soon as this one builds, we'll delete this one so that we can extend the road out. Let's actually prep that. And we'll go ahead and place another lumberjack. We've got 5 unemployed people. We might as well use them and abuse them. So let's delete that one, get our road in here, and place one more lumberjack. That looks a little better. Now, just to make sure, yep, we have 4 people in there, so we're good there. So we're just waiting on actual a lumber. So I think it's time to build our next lumber mill. Might as well place it right there, butt it up against, and build our next power wheel. Got the people, might as well use them. Keep calling them beavers. We always joke that we've got cats. We always joke that they think they're peoples too. And in this case, the beavers are people. All right, so that will get going. Our first lumber mill is, our first log pile is actually done, so we can empty this one. We can get it all moved over. It's actually empty. And since it's empty, we can go ahead and toast that and just let logs be over there, as eventually we're going to move kind of all of this over there. So we're kind of in good shape there. Let's go ahead and unlock in the metal. Unlock the scavenger for the future, and in the bread, let's unlock the grist mill. I'm just going to call it the flour mill. Let's unlock the flour mill and unlock the actual bakery. That way I don't accidentally spend it. Now, it requires gears and planks and gears and planks, so we're good on both of those. So, this road has finished, and these are getting cleared out. So for the actual farm, I actually like the way that this turned out. So I'm thinking we should do something similar over here, where we build up to... probably something about like this would be my guess. So that we can place our storage that way, and I believe that would place the farm that way. And I need one more platform. That way I can place the road, or the staircase in, and the actual road. Yeah, that works. So that will get this area, and as long as we've got our actual drought and we know where we can plant our crops, we might as well take advantage of that. Now, I do know that there is kind of a method to the how many crops to plant for population in comparison to how many of the wheat and how many of the carrots and how many of the potatoes to plant, but the honest truth is I would rather more food than not enough food, so I'm just going to overplant. Because I believe everybody is saying that it is something like for every 2 carrots, you get 2 potatoes and you get 1 wheat, and it equates out to be about the same amount of food altogether. But as I said, I would rather have more food than not enough food altogether. So I'm just happy kind of with that. And this is starting to build. So we're good there. It's just missing planks. Let's go ahead and boost that up to the top of the actual run. And once that finishes, we should move this right here to kind of the middle tier. Hopefully during this drought this is done and we actually get started on it. And I talked about this right here. So we want a gather in here and we want roads. But I want roads first because I don't want some beaver doing something silly and getting stuck. So that is a too high. So let's go ahead and place our up there, and this should bring over. And then when we go up here, yep, we'll go that way and that way. There we go. Now, once those are built, then we'll place our actual scavenger flag down. I think that's kind of the route to go. As I said, I've had notoriously bad luck where beavers get stuck where the scavenger will come over here and this ladder will build, and the next thing you know, you're taking down that set of wooden stairs because, hey, the beaver doesn't know how to walk around it. Everybody's hungry. Everybody's thirsty. We've got a exorbitant amount of water. We're coming up on 40 beavers. Still have 2 unemployed. We have 5 young. Think we're okay for that for now. We've got our next actual lumber mill and power wheel down. So that is good. So we should actually be ripping through this stuff even quicker. The next thing on our agenda list, as this is kind of building, we are missing gears. I don't want another gear workshop until we've got all of this moved closer. And I kind of have a thought of how I'm going to do it. And I was hoping that I could place the majority up on top, but I think it's all going to be on this pond in the future. So, but I don't want to build so much all at once that we don't get things done. Let's go ahead and extend out our crops now that things are a little bit more clear. And we'll wait for these couple of trees, but what we can do is remove pretty much all of these except for one. And that one can probably maintain the rest of those trees. Yeah, let's just go ahead and remove that one too. Gives us 6 unemployed beavers. We should probably, with 6 unemployed beavers, we should probably go ahead and pause these for the moment. That's probably a wise decision. Now, P does pause. It actually works pretty good. There's a few hotkeys that I'm slowly starting to learn, and that is one of them. All right, for water, 40 beavers is the limit of 2 water pumps. And I don't know that I want to do another water over here, because eventually I think we want an aqueduct system going through there, which means all of this eventually has to go. For this side, let's do a walkway. Then we'll come across and a walkway right there, so that we can do something that looks a little bit like that for water. Yeah. Nice and tight in there. It should work pretty good. And what we can do from there is probably place some actual storage tanks back here once everything gets caught up. And I think that we're kind of in good shape, and we just have to kind of wait for everything to continue to build. I don't want to place a temporary builder down, as I really want it to be up on the very top. So I'm at that moment where I'm going, beavers move, beavers move. We can probably get rid of these now that they are kind of obsolete, because this area is pretty well desolate. I mean, this was a pretty long drought. And how are we doing on the actual gears? We're still missing 4 gears. Because once that builds, I want to start emptying these out and moving everything over. That way we're not spending an exorbitant amount of time hauling water. Let's, now that those couple of trees are out of there, let's go ahead and update these. There we go. Now only 2 trees left to go, and hopefully this one should go today, unless it's not marked. It is not marked. Check that out. All right, let's mark that. Now we are out of potatoes. We're out of logs. That is just ridiculous. We've got trees down here. Everybody's sleeping on the job. Let's go ahead and employ 2 more, since they'll kind of tear through that. And let's go ahead and drop it back down to 16-hour days. As I think going forward, I think we're in an okay shape. I know that I was hoping to get this built before the drought, and here the drought is almost done, and they have still not finished it. Silly beavers. But that's okay. It looks like only 2 more gears, and that should be any time now. And then we can look at kind of, as said, I want to move these. I want to move all of this, by the way, guys. I just want to probably make this whole entire plateau at some point in time just trees to feed the actual power when we get power, because my figuring is for each generator you need roughly 72 trees, 72 maple trees, that is. So I kind of want to make all of this nothing but maple for mass harvesting. Ah, this is done. Let's go ahead and set this up to just wheat, as that is going to be the farm above it. And it looks like they're starting on the farm itself. Now, they still haven't finished over here. Silly beavers. But it looks like it's because we have tons of potatoes. Why are you guys not cooking potatoes? So apparently, they didn't like the fact that I was working them so much because they ate all the actual potatoes. All right. And we do want to set these to prioritize planting, as the theory behind that is solid, which is as they plant, or as they pick, they will just replant, which keeps the progression going. There we go. Now, for the actual mill. What does it look like? So it's going to be that way. And the bakery is going to be that way. We can place some storage right here, some double platforms that is, and place some platforms here. And part of me, are you guys building these already? They are building that already. All right, guys, come build this next. Don't build this over here. I'm not ready for this, guys. And you placing logs here is just wasting logs if I don't build this. So let's pause these just in case. There we go. Because what I'm not sure if I like is it will block this off if I place that there. And I don't think that I want it up on the top. Maybe put the mill right here and the actual bakery right here. Yeah. This can build. But this side, just pause it for a second so they don't start building. And if we place the actual mill there and place the bakery there, we can get rid of this one. And we can bring in the actual road like that. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. Let's go ahead and unpause these now. I gotta tell you, perhaps pausing these was a bad idea. Unpause that one. That one. That one and that one. Yes. Pausing those was a horrible idea, guys. I'm sorry about that. I'll just apologize now. All right. Now we can let them build that. Now we will need power for the actual mill. And I think the power for the mill is going to have to be a temporary power. I don't want to pipe the power this way. So this is going to have to come out at some point in time for us to put a power wheel here. And then temporarily a walkway over. And then when we get to other power sources, this will come out. Yeah, I think that that's the route to go. I think that that kind of really ties in with the theme of, one, I want to stay on the water. I think that's pretty important because then we can utilize as much of the dry land as possible for other things. Let's lower the priority of this down. It's important, just not as important as other things. Let's go ahead and bump these up so that we can actually get our scavenger flag as we still have 4 unemployed people, and we'll look at this as being kind of the higher priority of the things that are not. Let's actually try that again. There we go. Our water over here is finished, which is amazing since it is right next to it, and what it will cause is everybody has to now circulate in and out of here in order to get water, which means everybody should be passing by the shrubs. So let's go ahead and place one more deco over here. No, not the bench. One more deco right there. That should look good. And we've got some actual storage up here that is done. Now we want this to be just bread. There we go. And we'll want the same over here when that one finishes, but that's probably going to be a minute. Think everything looks good. I'd like to thank you guys for joining. If you like what you saw, go ahead and check out my channel where we do other survival games like this, as well as, you know, leave a like or comment down below. It really goes a long way with me. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next episode.